Welcome back. Today we are so excited to talk to you about your questions that you had for us about Aulani. And so we will give you the best answers we can based on our own experience, and then just give you some of our final thoughts on our vacation to Aulani.
We're going to dive right in with those who submitted the questions on YouTube through a post we made there, and then we're going to shift over to Instagram. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. The first question is from Patty, and she asks, did you partake in any of the guided tours on property like the art or plant tours? Did you take any classes like the astronomy class or the hula or ukulele class?
Oh, wow. I'm feeling really bad about myself right now.
We did not. Here's why. Because we only had a few days there. We were there for 4 days, including the day we checked in. We didn't really want to do a lot extra activity-wise that cost extra. And I believe each one of those, or most of those, cost extra money. So we just decided early on not to do that. Like you decided not to do, like make your own set of mini ears. Mm-hmm. That you can do that at Aulani. It's like a craft, but it costs like $45 or something.
Yeah, so I'd say the moral of the story is you can have a great relaxing time at Aulani, and we did do things. Yeah, but we didn't do any of those.
I wanted to do the was it the astronomy or like stargazing, I think is what they called it. But it was like $40 or something like that each person. So we would have loved to have done that. We definitely would have done that if it was included with the cost of your stay, but it wasn't, so we didn't. This next question is from one of our channel members, Christy Higgins. Was it worth the cost? That's like the big question, Christy. Do the rooms need updates? Did it have that Disney magic that we're all accustomed to? How were the pools and amenities on property? Let's just do maybe one quick hit at a time. Like, okay, let's do like a rapid fire. Okay, so was it worth the cost?
Okay, it's really hard to say because everybody has a different idea of worth, but it was expensive, and I think the amount we spent had value to it. Like I was happy with our stay. I had a great time. I enjoyed it, and you get a lot with Disney.
You do.
As far as quality and service and all that kind of stuff. It's all in there, and I think it was worth the cost.
I would say it was worth the cost based on what we wanted out of our trip and our experience. We wanted to relax, but we also want to do some fun things together. And we definitely were able to do both. Like Carrie said in the last question, we didn't have to pay extra obviously for the food, but for activities, we didn't do anything that cost extra.
Yeah, but I mean, the resort has so many things you can enjoy.
We did do the spa.
Okay, well, that was extra. The spa, as in like the massages and stuff like that. Yeah. I loved that. And I love that extra hour I went twice before the services that we got. Oh, I loved that. But I was thinking of the jacuzzi, the hot tub for adults only. Yep. We enjoyed that several times. Yep. Just being there was wonderful. And it was. I don't think the rooms needed update.
So yeah, that was the next question is, do the rooms need updating? I hope they don't. And here's why. If they do, they'll probably de-theme it from what it currently looks like, up the Disneyfication, if that's a word. I don't want them to do that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see Lilo and Stitch all over the room. I don't want to see Moana all over the room.
It's very subtle.
It is. But I love it.
Yeah.
It felt Hawaiian, like the dark tones of wood. Everything about it felt like we were actually in Hawaii, not Disney's version of Hawaii. We were in both. I think that's the original look of the rooms. And
it was upkept very well.
Yes. Everything was in great shape.
I did get an ocean view room, and we did get there as early as possible. And one thing I had read recently is that if you ever want a room upgrade, and I'm not saying we got one, you don't want to get the lowest level room possible.
Yeah. Hoping for the best room.
Yeah, or hoping for an upgrade. I have heard some people who've said they were just looking straight out of a parking lot, like they hadn't even realized there was some rooms with such great views. Maybe if you do book it, I would say spend a little extra for a view.
Get the room that you want, that you'll be excited about. And for us, like, we won't go to Aulani again, probably.
Probably not.
So, well, unless, we have other little munchkins running around in the far, far, far away future.
You're talking about grandchildren, I hope.
Grandkids.
I'm like, what are you?
That's why I said far, far away future. You really do want to get the room that you'll be excited about. And because there were rooms right above, like the second floor above, where the rental car like location it was, like staring right out into the parking garage.
Yeah.
So those rooms do exist, and you will save some money in those rooms. So if you just want to be at the resort, it's like getting an inside room on a Disney cruise.
But the thing is, those rooms are still really expensive.
They are. So it's worth the extra $150 a night, $200 a night, in our opinion, to get the ocean view room.
If you're gonna travel that far and spend a lot of money anyway, then in that case, I think spending extra for that is important.
Yep.
Do know that you can look when you're booking Aulani. There is a
you booked.
place,
I didn't. So
there is a place where it says discounts, and we got 30% off of ours from when I booked it. So
and that was because it was a Disney Visa card member.
Yeah, they were having a special, and then they had another special.
And I keep seeing more and more specials for Aulani, so I think they're still running those. So check it out if that's something you're interested in. Another question Chrissy asks is, did it have the Disney magic we're all accustomed to? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We totally felt it from the staff, the cast, all the character interactions and meet and greets we had. Like we ran into Moana on our first few moments out in the resort after we were done with the spa. That was fun. You ran into was it Goofy or Pluto? Pluto. Yeah, I didn't. So bummer for me.
The staff is so it's cast there.
I think it's cast. It's crew, cast. Let us know in the comments.
Yes,
if you know.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So many.
Everyone we interacted with.
Service.
I loved our interaction with one of the cast members at one of the merchandise stores.
Oh yeah.
It was our second day there. She was just so much fun to talk with, and there was a giant moth flying around, and we were trying to help with it. It was a little bit crazy. Well,
even when we checked in, I just I love it when staff people love their job.
Yes.
I can tell.
Yep. Another question, how are the pools and amenities on property? We kind of talked about that. They were great. We didn't go into the family pools because kids soup, and that's just not what we were there for. If we had our kids and maybe our girls and maybe they were younger, we definitely would have been in there with them. The pools did look really nice. The water temp was really nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a lot of options.
The lazy river.
Lazy river was great. It was a lot of fun, super relaxing.
Waterfalls?
The water slides.
Water slides, yeah.
were great. The lagoon was great. Everything was nice. Another question, Christy, you're coming at us with all the questions, and we're not doing such a good job of rapid fire.
I know.
Let's finish out strong.
Okay.
Is it a place for a romantic getaway?
Yes.
Yes. Any adult only areas? Yes, there are. Adult only hot tub, but it's 2 levels. They're both infinity pool, hot tubs. So that's really nice.
Looking out at the lagoon, beautiful.
We'd recommend going to the Olelo room at night if you want to get a mocktail or a drink, maybe a starter or an appetizer. Listen to the music. There's a couple band members playing there, singing Hawaiian music.
Now, it's not
adults only, but it's a great vibe.
I would say another thing, if you can afford it, go to the spa, get there an hour before your treatment, and that whole area of all the float pools and hot tubs and steam rooms, that's an adults only area.
Very relaxing.
Really relaxing. And I love that.
Pro tip, if you have Christmas, birthdays coming up, ask everyone for gift cards. That's how we did it. And we got a lot of money gift cards that we thankfully, and also check out the Disney Visa Inspire Visa card. I think there's still, I looked the other day, they still have a special where when you sign up, you get a $300 gift card that you can use. And that's one of the things we did is we got that and we used it at Aulani.
Yep.
So lots of little things that can help. Last couple of questions from Christy. Any discounts for staying there? If you do any local excursions, restaurants, shopping.
Monkey Pod.
Monkey Pod, I wouldn't say that's a huge discount.
Oh, no, not a discount. I just said, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question.
Can you save some money if you go off-site?
Oh.
For excursions, things like that? Yeah, of course. One thing is you will need to rent a car, which...
If you, not for Monkey Pod, but to go anywhere else on property.
Yeah. If you want to get away from Olina area, which is the town that Aulani is in, you definitely will need to have some kind of a rental car. So if you want to have a rental car with you, keep in mind you got to pay to park it there overnight. If you get it at the airport, if you want to rent for the day, our Jeep was about $150, so there's going to be a little bit of a premium for that. So if you have a way to have a vehicle that can take you off site, there's definitely a lot to see, but I would say only do that if you have more than 3 or 4 nights planned there. Even across the street from the resort, there's a lot of options where you can save a little bit of money instead of buying all your food on property. Mom and Ain't Easy has a question. I love that username.
I agree.
Would you ever consider buying DVC? If so, which resort?
Okay, let's answer at the same time and see if we get the same answer. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
No.
I can see why it is enticing, but we want to be able to have other kinds of vacations. And we know we can go to Disney anytime we want, and we don't have to stay in a DVC type of
room.
Amenities? What do you call it?
Room. DVC room. Yeah. And they're different. They have like a mini kitchen or a full kitchen. They usually get bigger. They have bigger options for rooms. One of the things though, if you don't want to buy into DVC, you can also rent DVC points, which we've never been able to do because the few times I've looked at it, nothing's available when we want to go, partly because we always could really only go like in the summer, which is when everyone's using their points. So we just don't have the flexibility to go other times during the year. So anyways, no, we won't, because that's just, we don't want to spend that much money to go to Disney all the time. And be like tied into something. Yeah. Like we would just like to have the flexibility. Yeah. But if we did, which resort? Oh, Aulani. You think Aulani? I think so. I think so. Because it's probably the best one to trade from. And I mean, we're on the West Coast anyway. We actually have relatively inexpensive flights to Hawaii from here. Yeah, it is nice living on the West Coast for that reason. Yeah. Tim has our next question from YouTube. He asks about a solo trip. Always had going to Hawaii on my bucket list to do now that I'm retired. Would it be awkward going to Aulani by myself? I know I would be still paying for double occupancy. It just looks like a really relaxing place. I don't think it would be awkward. I think it would be great. If you can swing it, go for it. Like if you can swing the cost of it, it's very relaxing. Like if you enjoy Disney, you're gonna love it. I think, I know there's people all the time who go on cruises by themselves. And one of the nice things about the cruise is you can get in like a Facebook cruise group and you can meet people ahead of time. I think there's probably more options to meet people on a cruise than at Aulani, because most people are with a family, but I still think, I'd do it. Yeah, it really depends. Like if you travel solo, like comfortably, I think you'd have a great time, Tim. Yeah. Another option always is to invite a friend to come with you and just enjoy it with them. But if traveling solo is what it looks like, I think you'll have a great time as long as you feel comfortable with that. All right, now we're gonna move over to Instagram questions. A number of you had questions there. This is from Miriam, and do you feel the cost was worth the trip compared to other Disney vacations? Similar question, a little bit different angle. Yes. I think it's great that you can have so many different kinds of Disney experiences. They're all going to be expensive. Yep, they are. So I think comparing them is like, they're all going to be up there, Yeah, and if you want to get away to a Disney resort and you want to do a land vacation, in other words, not go on a cruise ship, Aulani is the best resort we've ever stayed at. We haven't stayed at all the resorts, by the way. We stayed at some nice ones. We stayed at Yacht Club, Coronado Springs, Disneyland Hotel, Grand Californian. This is definitely by far the most relaxing one because you're not in a theme park all day. And I think I said this on our live that we just had, but when I originally for his birthday, we were planning to go to Disneyland, and I, as a surprise, got Grand Californian Hotel, and I was going to surprise him. We didn't get to go on that. Did not even see it coming. Yeah, we didn't get to go on that trip, and I was able to cancel that. But surprisingly to me, Aulani was the same price as Grand Californian. That's nuts. Which is nuts. That is crazy. The hotel itself is probably the same as far as quality, but the thing is, at Aulani, that's the destination. Yeah. So you're paying to be there. Whereas at Grand Californian, you're going to be in Disneyland all day, which is great and fun. But like to spend $800 on a room when you're not going to be in it at all. To spend on the room and then also spend hundreds of dollars on theme park tickets. Yeah. I guess depending on the cost of your airfare, this might be more affordable. I think it's a great change of pace if you're used to going to the parks to do something like this, because it's a great experience. There are other options all around the island. If you want to take a day away from Disney, go into the North Shore like we did. Yeah. You can go to the Polynesian Cultural Center. It's on a little bit on the other side of the island. But Oahu isn't that big. Like it would be a couple-hour drive. Yeah. And lots of things you could do there. Lots of things you can do. And obviously Pearl Harbor, Waikiki. So lots of options. If you want to get away from the resort, it's a great, great option for a Disney vacation where you get the Disney experience and you get to relax. Yeah. Georgie asks, coming in November for the first time, tips for a great adult-only trip. Food, drink, activities. Everything we did, we really enjoyed. And if you have questions about how much certain things cost, please ask. It's okay. We don't mind saying what things cost in the comments. Or you can just Google it. Yeah, because honestly, if we don't remember, that's what we would do. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do is Google it. But yeah, food. Like, what would you recommend? I mean, I love the Olela room.
The character breakfast, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would because it looked like such a simple breakfast.
Honestly,
so much fun.
I felt like it was worth it. I believe it was $57 for each adult. I can't remember what the cost is for kids. I felt like it was really, really worth it. The food was good.
Yeah.
You don't get a ton of food, but you also don't leave feeling stuffed.
Yeah. I honestly, what was the expensive dinner we went to?
Ama.
I don't know if I'd recommend that just because of the cost. It was so expensive.
It was.
And I loved our dinner at Monkey Pod across the street so much. That was really fun.
The Kahlua pig pizza, I think.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was amazing.
I would eat that pizza every day of my life if I could. It was so good.
Yep. What we didn't do was the luau. If we would do the luau, we would have probably done the preferred seating.
Yeah.
And it's over $200 per person.
I think if we hadn't been to a luau, we've been to several luaus.
Yeah.
So I would definitely go to the luau if you've never been to one. You don't need to keep doing those. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I've already done a few.
Yeah. There are tons of options as far as places to eat across the street as well. So that one is a little bit of a tough one because it's a little subjective, but yes, for a great adults only trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had such a great time. We got to do what we wanted to do, not what our kids would want to do, which is always a nice little extra break.
The way that we usually figure out things like this that we want to do is watch other people's vlogs. So, you may have already watched ours, watch some other ones, and then see what you think looks fun.
The next question from Faith is, how deep is the water in the lazy river?
4 feet.
4 feet? Yeah, about 4 feet deep. And it doesn't get any deeper or more shallow. It's about that the whole way through. It's fun because there's like water shooting out, things like that. Oh, okay, I'm going to go back to Georgie. 2 things I wish we would have done activity-wise that we didn't do. Okay. Story time with Uncle by the fire pit.
We were supposed to do that.
We wanted to do that, but it got canceled or just wasn't planned the day we wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So make sure you look in the app. If you want to do that, if it's happening later that day and that evening, just go. He plays music, tells stories. It's great. Another thing I'd recommend to consider at least is something that one of our viewers mentioned to us on Instagram was the Menehune scavenger hunt, I think, or Menehune trail. I think you do it with your magic band or you do it with a device. I can't remember, but there's spots all around the resort where little like fun magic things can happen, including shooting off a stream of water into the air that gets people in the lazy river wet, which like they're already getting wet, but it's just kind of fun. There's also a little area where you could see little baby sea turtles.
Well, not real ones.
From what I understand, they're not real, but they show up. Little things like that, like little surprises happen. So those kind of things exist all around the resort. So the Menehune Trail, I think is what it's called. But look it up. We didn't do it, so you can't watch it in our video. But look it up and see if that's something you'd like to do. But those are 2 that we didn't do that I think would be fun. Kay Cousins asks, what type of room did you have and overall was it worth it? You kind of mentioned this already.
Yeah, we had an ocean view room. It was definitely worth it. We had a great view. We did get there as early as possible.
Did you request a high floor?
I did request a high floor and I requested a king bed. They can't guarantee any of that, but putting those requests in is definitely a good tip.
And it worked for us. And like Carrie said, when you get there, earlier you get there, the more likely you are to get what you're requesting.
Yep.
Next question is from another one of our YouTube channel members, Dee. She asks, what was the most surprising part about your stay? That's a great question.
So I never really wanted to go to Aulani, but Chris really wanted to go. It's Hawaii and it's Disney and it was wonderful. It's very expensive. That's why I didn't. Yeah. I thought, you can do so many things in Hawaii. Why do we need to do a Disney version of it? But it was the Disney version of it to me is there is some Disney, which is wonderful. And it is excellent service as Disney always is. So it surprised me how much I enjoyed it.
So I think a little bit connected to that, it surprised me how much fun we had for it being an adults only trip.
Yeah.
There were a good amount of families, but it didn't feel like overwhelmingly like little kids screaming everywhere either. Yeah. Maybe it was because we went the first week of June. I don't know. There's never, you can never really plan for that. It happens or it doesn't. But we had such a fun time together. I think we would have had an amazing time if we went with our girls, maybe when they were younger. I think they would have loved it. We would have loved doing that with them. That's what surprised me the most, is that we had such a fun time, even though it was adults only. Yeah. Megan asks, is there enough food if our kids are picky eaters? That's a big concern for her.
I would say I think there's probably lots of different food options. And in addition to that, not far at all, basically across the street is an ABC store that's like a full grocery store. All kinds of food there. You do have
They have a huge deli.
Yeah, there's all kinds of food. And you have a mini fridge, so you can go get some food. You can get If you have a rental car, Costco's not far away.
Yeah.
You could even take a taxi to Costco or Uber if you wanted. Megan, have you been on a Disney cruise? Because, you know, with picky eaters, I mean, they can try so many things and it's all included. That's what I love about a Disney cruise. Because when you're going out to, like, the food is expensive. And it always, when we go to a restaurant with our kids, especially when they were little, I remember sometimes they'd order things. I'd be like, no, that's $20. Please don't get that. But on a Disney cruise, they can try whatever they want. If they don't like it, it's okay.
They can try something else and doesn't cost any extra. Maybe you have gone on a cruise and you're wondering about Aulani.
Yeah,
so
you probably are. But I just had to say that.
Yep, I get that. It wouldn't hurt to stick with some of the basics. They have pizza, they have chicken strips, they have all the normal things if you want that.
They're very kid friendly and ready. Yeah. So I think that your kids will probably be very happy.
I think so. All right, this next user is a little bit of a mouthful. Uncle Junior Smoke and Barrel Barbecue. Oh, okay. Wow, I did it. Are the rental cars more expensive at the resort? I don't know because we didn't want to have a car rental for like a rental car for the whole trip.
What we didn't want was to pay parking.
That too.
It just reminded me that there's somebody who was not prepared for the parking cost. I heard him when we were checking in. He was saying some not so nice words that he was very unhappy with the $40 a night it took to park that car that you're not going to use while you're there probably. So taking an Uber to get there or taking a shuttle and then renting a car for one day, I think, you know, spending $150 like we did on a car, I think is not too bad.
I mean, depending on how long you're going to stay, one day's worth of car rental might be more expensive than a few nights parking your car there if you're getting a rental. So do the math.
Well, then you're also paying for the rental car in addition to that. So I still think it would be better.
Okay. Yeah. We don't know because we didn't look, but it did feel more expensive. Typically like a Jeep, it's going to be around $120 a day typically somewhere. So it was a little bit more, but not a ton more. You could totally just get a really basic 4-door sedan for a lot cheaper. For us, if we're in Hawaii, we rent a car. I think we've always gotten...
It started on a honeymoon.
We've always gotten a Jeep.
That was a honeymoon present or a wedding present from your aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's a tradition.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
From the Orchard asks, favorite food spot in Aulani?
I thought the day that we went to the walk-up place where we got the breakfast that wasn't the character breakfast.
Off the hook.
Yeah, off the hook.
That was good.
They have a lot of the same food that they had at the character breakfast.
Yeah.
But they also had lunch stuff. And if we had more time, I would have gone back there again.
Yeah, they had Mickey waffles. They had the French toast they had at the character breakfast. They had other options that looked really good.
I had avocado toast that was, I mean, it's just avocado toast, but it was so tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the hook was really good option. Plus they do specialty coffee there until 10 or 11 a.m. What's the cafe, the walk up?
The place that we got the margarita pizza on the first night. I forgot what it's called.
I know. You'll be seeing the B-roll of it right now.
We are failing at this Q&A. I'm sorry, but you see it. Here it is.
They don't really have a lot of seating there, so you do have to go hunt for seating most of the time there.
Yeah.
Ulu Cafe.
Ulu
I got
Cafe.
It. That's right.
And, you know, I got that poke bowl. We both got the poke bowl, which I thought was good. It did not meet what I heard about it, but maybe I had my expectations a little too high.
Yeah. Yeah, we watched the video and the person said that it was the best poke they've ever had. And
it was good.
It was good, but not the best.
And then we also had the coconut prawns at the other walk-up place.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Mama's something.
Yeah.
It's right next to the shave ice place that we didn't go to.
Off the hook was delicious.
Yes.
Character breakfast was delicious. Everything we got at Alela room was delicious. So yeah.
There's a lot of good options. Bree asks, are the fridges in the rooms cold enough for food?
Yes.
Yes, they are. We put some food in there that we had gotten previously, and it kept it nice and cold.
And drinks.
Bree asks another question. We just booked our trip for November. Awesome. Any tips for what you would do or not do?
This is totally personal preference. I would choose how I want to spend the trip ahead of time. Like we chose that we wanted to do a lot of relaxing.
And have some fun.
Yeah, because you can easily, I think anywhere you go can get sucked into like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. So decide ahead of time, like a few things you want to do. And if you want to spend time relaxing or if you just want to go.
Or if you want to do all the things and you don't mind paying extra for it, do that. A lot of times we'll do a few extra things that cost extra. We have just as much fun, if not more, doing the things that are included.
That's true. And I mean, I think one of my favorite days was when we drove to the North Shore.
That was amazing.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we had a little bit of Aulani and we had a little bit of like real Hawaii, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
That would be one of our tips is if you can, go to the North Shore. It's beautiful. The food's great. You won't be mad. All right, Bree, you are 3 for 3. You asked a third question. How many full resort days would you recommend? How many are too many? We had 3 full days.
Yes.
But we got there early our first day, so it felt like 4 full days for us.
Yes, and one of the days we left.
Yep.
3 full days is good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 4 is too many. I think 5 might have been too many.
5 might have been too many.
If we didn't leave.
We didn't leave, yes, for sure.
If you're just staying at the resort, I think 5 is you might be getting a little bored.
We were there for 2 of the 3 full days. We were on resort for 2 of those full days. There's still a lot we didn't do.
Oh yeah.
And so you could be there for 4 or 5 days and still have things you could be doing, but we would still recommend at least one of those days, maybe in the middle, get off property, go do something fun out off property, and then enjoy the rest of your stay. That's what we'd recommend. All right, we actually have one more question. I almost forgot about this one. This is from a friend, Amanda. She was asking about comparing Aulani to Disney Cruise Line, which I think is something that was playing in my mind before we even went.
Yeah.
Like, how is this going to compare to Disney Cruise Line? Because Disney cruises are what we love the most when it comes to Disney vacations. And so
I'd say
I have some thoughts, but I'd love to hear.
Us too.
Okay.
I'd say it's comparable because it's relaxing. You know, the difference is not being at a park when you're with Disney, and you're really enjoying the service, the food. In this case, a tropical environment. I guess Alaska on Disney wouldn't be tropical, but it's kind of, it has a similar vibe, but it's on land. I think if you love a Disney cruise, you would love Aulani.
Yes.
And I think it's actually going to be pretty equal in price.
I think so too. Once you factor in the extra added cost of food, definitely it's going to be most likely going to be equal in price.
It feels like it's more because you're paying for food, but the Disney cruise is actually going to cost more in the first place.
Yeah, the base price will be more.
Yeah.
So one of the things too that is important to keep in mind, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to relax, but it's also like there's a lot of things to do that are fun, just like on a Disney cruise. Because on cruises, you can go to an animation class, you can go to trivia, you can go enjoy the pools, you can go ride the aqua duck or aqua dunk or aqua mouse or all the different options for water slides. There's fun things to do for sure. A little bit different because you're on land the whole time. And if you want to get off property, you can go off site, just like, you can get off the ship and go into a port. Yeah. They're very comparable to me. The one thing that I missed is just staring out at complete open ocean. Yeah. That, you can't replace that.
But when we did walk down a little bit to the more hidden beach, is I think what it was called, Secret Beach.
Yeah.
There was a time that we were just staring at the ocean because we saw these manta rays. And I mean, we're staring more at the waves, but it's just a different view of the ocean. And actually, when we went the other direction and we were looking out, I was just feeling reminded of being on a cruise. Yeah. I think it's comparable.
At the end of the day, I still think Disney Cruise Line does it for me, checks all the boxes for me.
If I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Disney Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there are more options of things to do. And I mean, there's no shows at Aulani like that unless you're talking about a luau that's $200 a person. Yeah. There's no rotational dining that has built-in entertainment. So there is more to do on a Disney cruise.
At the end of the day, everything you just mentioned with a Disney cruise, all those things are included with the cost of your cruise. Yeah. Which is great because you could go without spending anything extra on a cruise, come home without a big credit card bill because you've already paid your cruise off and have an amazing time. That's not going to be the case with Aulani unless you come loaded with like a few $1,000s worth of gift cards.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind. We really enjoyed Aulani, but I think we for sure prefer cruises.
Yeah. Also, Disney Cruise has that smell.
Yeah.
I didn't actually love the smell of Aulani. Really? I mean, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't like I didn't sense a unique smell, but
I detected it. Okay. Yeah. Maybe when we go back, it will be more like, oh yeah, it's Aulani. But I was like, this is not a Disney cruise. Yeah. If you've never been to Hawaii and you just really want to go to Hawaii and you think you want to go to Aulani, I would still have you consider maybe thinking of some other options because Aulani is great. Yeah. But there are so many fun things to do on Maui and on Kauai and other places in Oahu. You don't have to have an Aulani experience to have an amazing Hawaiian experience. So yes, it was great, but if we're going to go to Hawaii again, we're probably not going to go to Aulani.
Yeah. And I'd say if you really want to go to Aulani, go for a few days and then island hop to a different island, Kauai, Maui, the big island, you know, whatever you want to do. We love Maui so much. So that's what we'd always prefer to do. We still have yet to go to Kauai, and that's, I think, the next.
We need to go to Kauai.
Yeah.
But I would say you can still, I mean, even just Oahu, there's other places you can go in Oahu.
That's true. That's true.
Because I've never island hopped before, but it seems like that's adding another big cost. So like you could just do a lot of
Oahu. Not everyone's can get to it as easy as we can. So if you're going to go, and it's a lot of people, if they're watching this, they're going to go once in a great while.
Yeah, like if you're on the East Coast.
In that case, I would definitely say consider island hopping if you really want to do Aulani. That wraps it up for our Q&A video and a few thoughts from us regarding Aulani. We're so glad we went. I'm super thankful to Carrie for thinking of it. We had such an amazing time, and we had so much fun sharing what we captured on video with you guys. We loved the interactions we had with you guys. So make sure in the comments, leave a question. If there is a question we didn't hit on, please ask. We love to answer that. We love connecting with you guys in the comments. And
I would say too, if you heard a question about someone who's going on a trip and you want to give your advice because you've been to Aulani, definitely give your advice too. I'm sure they would love to hear it.
We love it when people leave comments on other people's comments and they're answering them instead of us. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but we'll answer too, don't worry.
Yeah. The next video from us is going to be our travel day to Seattle before we board the Celebrity Edge for our Alaska cruise. We're so excited for that.
So excited.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Also, it's going to be nice and cool. Well, not in Seattle, but it's going to be nice and cool in Alaska. It's been hot here.
It'll be like 90 degrees in Seattle.
So excited to try a new ship, see Alaska. Oh my gosh, so many things I'm excited about.
Yep. We can't wait to share with you guys. If you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you like this video. That really helps us out. And then hit the subscribe button and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our Alaska videos that are coming really soon. Until next time, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to spend this time with us. We'll see you guys again really soon.
Bye.
Bye.